Peace, Grand Kush, 9MGTV. Let's speak on it. I'm sure y'all familiar with the brother Sanchez. The brother Sanchez got a lot of pseudo information and knowledge for the people, right? Sometimes I think the brother likes to be deceptive for the views. I got something interesting up. Community, you got to do your own research. Okay, there's too much technology out here to be misled or be deceived. This is the creation of an advanced civilization from Tartaria. That's what the brother is speaking on now. When I was exposed to the brother, he was on the flat earth theory. But now we speaking about Tartaria. Okay, you can do your own research on Tartaria, right? But brother Sanchez believes that there was an ancient advanced civilization that has been hidden or dismantled, right, and covered up. And so this pic right here, this is one of the examples that he's using to let you know that a advanced ancient civilization existed that had advanced technology. I would like to read this to you. You can read it to yourself as I'm reading it, and we're going to check this out. The herb will open up your brain cells, man. Don't be deceived. Look at what he says. He says, the brother says, you are being deceived. He knows this for a fact. You are being deceived. There are many psyops being run because we are waking up to Tartaria, and the old world is resurfacing. That being said, they are discovering huge sculptures and architecture that have been buried in jungles and underground after the reset. After the reset. I guess this is when the old ancient world was hidden. These sculptures prove that there was a very advanced civilization that was deleted from history. I think that deserves to be read again. These sculptures prove that there was a very advanced civilization that was deleted from history. Now, when you think about ancient and advanced civilization that was deleted, how long ago is that? How far do we have to go back in time to where there was an ancient civilization of humans roaming the earth in cities, building sculptures, and things of that nature? Let's continue to read on. It was deleted because they built on a grand scale. I like when they just throw in they and we don't know who they is. They created art and sculptures that we can't duplicate. During a time when history tells us humanity was primitive in technology, the controllers are trying everything to hide the truth. So this sculpture was created when humans had primitive technology, right? They want you to think that these discoveries are real giants frozen in time or petrified rather than colossal pieces of sculpted art from an advanced civilization. It is quite colossal. He doesn't mention how tall it is, but we might be able to find that out. There will be many more discoveries and truths resurfacing that prove Tartaria existed, and they will attempt to change the narrative by pushing mud fossil claims. These are not huge creatures that were petrified. They are proof that an older civilization was here and that it possessed advanced technology. Okay. Once again, how far are we going back until we run into this advanced ancient technology, advanced ancient people that have been deleted, right, by a resetting, but they are being discovered right now? How far do we go back? Okay. Well, I'm going to take you back there. I'm going to take you way back into this advanced technology, right? And I'm going to show you the technology um, and the creator of this colossal ancient artwork. It's not even going to take long, right? Watch how fast this is. Bam. Now, let me fix this screen for you. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. I might have to shrink it down a little bit. Maybe not. Let's see. What I can do is bring this over here, my bad people. I can bring this over here like this. Shrink this up. I'm going to have to open this up a little bit right there. And then we're going to bring this down. Okay. Hold on. Let me open it all the way up. Oh. And then bring it down. So you can see, right? There go the guy right there. Now let's peep this ancient. Let's peep this ancient. Let's peep this ancient civilization. Okay, some of these words I'm not going to be able to pronounce. If I can't pronounce them, I'm not going to try to, right? But you're going to be able to get the gist. Apennine or Apennine Colossus, that's what this statue was called, is a stone statue approximately 11 meters high. Okay, 11 meters high. How did he describe it? Colossal. Okay, he said this is a colossal piece, sculpted art from an advanced civilization, right? That's who sculpted this art. An advanced civilization that no longer exists because they've been deleted. I like using Wikipedia. You just get to the point and you can go do more research later on, all right? In the estate of the Villa Demidov in Vaglia, Tuscany, Italy, Bologna, Flemish sculptor Jean de Boulogne, I guess that's how you say that, created the colossal figure, a personification of the Apennine Mountains in the late 1500s. Look how that is ancient. Damn, that's ancient. The 1900s is ancient, right? But the 1500s, I don't even know if humans was here yet. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even know if humans go back that far. But anyway, it was created in the 1500s. Let's give some more information on this by way of Wikipedia. It was constructed on the grounds of the Villa di Pratolino, a Renaissance villa that fell into disrepair and was replaced by the Villa Demidov in the 1800s. The Renaissance go back to the 1300s, that's even more ancient. The Renaissance, advanced civilization, right? Now, I know Africans predate, black people predate the Renaissance, but we can't go back there because when the Africans created the earth, the earth didn't exist, right? This is like this is like the third earth, okay? And then the third earth period is when you get a white advanced civilization from the 1500s that makes colossal structures like this. The Colossus is about 11 meters high. That's about 36 feet high. Y'all want to know how big, how huge this is? Right? Y'all, there's some trees out here. You see how some of them trees is bigger than that statue? You want to know how colossal this is? It's about the size of a telephone pole. I mean, you can literally climb to the top of it, right? That's probably like Stone Mountain, you know, a mound the size of a telephone pole. You can run up that full speed. That's how big this is. Okay. Yeah, this was created by an advanced civilization. Now, I'm not going to read all that. It gives a breakdown, what it was created for and things of that nature. It was made out of stone. It gives you the artist, right? 1500s was the time. It says Francesco the First, I guess, de Medici, Grand Duke of Tuscany, enjoyed fishing while sitting in the head chamber, throwing the fishing line through one of the eye slits. That's how huge this is. As Giambologna was an admirer of the Italian sculptor Michelangelo. The cave like structure was also compared with Michelangelo's style of the non finito. I don't know what the non finito is, but this is some more ancient artwork from ancient technology, from those from Tartaria, right? Non finito. That's really advanced right there. That's really advanced. That is really advanced. Okay. Location and ownership. After Francisco de Medici's death in 1587 and that of his wife Bianca Capello the next day, the villa and its surroundings fell into decay. Nobody was taking care of it. That was the delete point, right? Where they reset everything. They just left the motherfucker alone. Understand? And the reset is hidden and it's decayed and it grew flowers on it and leaves and vines and stuff like that. The Villa de Pratolino was demolished in 1822, and in 1817, the heirs of Leopold II, Grand Duke of Tuscany, sold the estate. They sold it to the Demidov family, who built their own villa on it. In 1981, the Villa Demidov was purchased by the province of Florence. You can even buy these ancient artworks. And today, the park and its giants are accessible to the public. Now, can I show you something that's older than this? Let's see if we can find something that's older than this statue. Let's go to Google. Just look at a couple of images. I mean, because you got to say that's some awesome craftsmanship, right? And that's real old right there. That's real old. I mean, I wonder how they did that. That's what I'm saying. Black people must not come from this earth. You dig what I'm saying? I think they say in Tartaria it was diverse. You know, it wasn't no racism, no color, none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was different races of people, like I guess now, but they was just more advanced, right? They were more advanced. We don't have no origin of how the diversity came about. They was just advanced. They was just here, you know. Hold on, let's see if we can find something else that's dope. You know, man, I think that's real artwork right there, right? Let's find that right there. Before being defaced, the great Sphinx possibly bore the face of the pharaoh Khafre, the builder of the second pyramid at Giza. Man, that's not even rock or stone or nothing. What is this made out of? You can't see that. I don't know why you can't see his head. Because maybe I need to do this. So you can see his head. Man, what is that? Granite, stone? What is that? Look how smooth that is. You see what I'm saying? Look at the headpiece. Look at the expression on the face. You see that? My man said, this is ancient right here. That's what we need to be concerned about. Things of this sort. I don't know, man. You know, sometimes it be coming off like it's some self hate. Maybe not. I might be getting that wrong. But I mean, the Egyptian construction is incredible. And you know how you got to see uh, Egypt up close and personal? The brother I show Speed just went there. And nah, them people there today, you see how they lied about cutting the noses off? Did y'all see that? Are y'all peeping that? How they lied about how the noses came off? They said in erosion, one female said in erosion, when the statues is eroding, going through erosion, the weakest part is the nose, and that's the first to come off. That's some bullshit, right? That's some bullshit. Now, when it comes down to statues with faces on it, you got America, you got South America. You got to pay attention to these faces, though. You know, um, you got to pay attention to the faces. Let's peep something else. This is Calf Ray. Look at that artwork. Let's see if we can go and see if we can see some pharaohs. You can't never front on this right here. That image of Tutankhamun, the real one gold, right? The real one is gold. These not black people though. These not black people though. Tartaria. Look at that, man. Iron statues. Hold on, man. Hold on. You see them people down there? That's colossal. That's colossal. Man, this image is fire. Look at that. What's that made out of? That may not be a real image. I don't know. That may not exist. That there's no way that Africans created. Does that exist? The African Renaissance Monument in Senegal, the tallest statue in Africa. Let's I gotta look that up. Hold on, my bad. Is this real? That's real? Oh, it's real. Now, hold on. Let's go back to the Apennine. That's 36 feet, right? This is 30. This is the size of a telephone pole. That right there. That's what it say. Look up 36 feet. You can look that up. It's about the size of a telephone pole. This is 171 feet tall. A bronze statue, not stone, bronze. Located on top of one of the twin hills known as Colline des Mamelas. I guess that's how you say that. It's in Senegal. Site preparation to top the 100-meter, 330-foot hill began in 2006. So he said the ancient civilization was deleted. And we can't get with that technology because it was advanced. And here we show some Africans build something um shit that's damn near 3 times taller. You know what I'm saying? That's it right there. That's real. With that being said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there, man. Like I said when I started off, you got to do your research. Okay, ain't nothing older than this planet on this planet than black people, right? And when you look at Tartaria, it's gonna start telling you about Russia and stuff like that. There is no people on this planet older than black people. Facts. Grand Kush, y'all hold it down. Until next time, peace.